Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Before I analyze any song, I always review a prep document that's created for me by my team that contains crucial information, like names of the band members, lyrics to the song, and a link to the video that I'll be listening to. Today's document also contained the words, "This is the sexiest video and song ever written." Awesome. Good thing I came prepared with a drink. Let's get to it. Whoa. Y'all, I just tried a sip of this. I have no idea what's in it, but this may be the best drink I've ever had. And we're going to try to figure it out while listening to apparently the sexiest song ever written. Sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all, just like a thump and a smack, I guess that's sexy in the truest term. But I thought we are gonna have like something soft and smooth to start because I'm told that this is a really sexy song, and instead they just came at me with a thump and a smack. It's a kick and a rim shot. Is that what it is?
Come over here.
Ooh.
All you got is this moment. 21st century's yesterday. You can care all you want. Everybody does, yeah, that's okay. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know.
Oh, it suddenly like went to a whole different level than the thump and smack. I have to say, every new sound I'm hearing in this is leaving me flabbergasted. I like this drink. Guys, you don't know how this drink is so good. This drink is so good. It was like a cherry, I think, down at the bottom. One of those, like, not the like maraschino ones, but the, gosh, what's the dark cherries? The ones that are really, really good. Anyhow, this song perfectly is paired with a drink because all of the different layers of sounds as they come in are like the different layers of a fantastic mocktail or cocktail. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was in there. Man, that works together. Oh, this is so much fun. I'm going to go back. We're going all the way back to the thump and smack. I want to hear it again. This feels like a guilty pleasure. Like, right, thump and smack and a whisper? Oh, baby. Yeah, of course we're in.
Come over here.
It's so interesting to me how the first 3 hits have such a different sound than the bit that comes after that. It's probably really distinct because of the panning that's happening in the headphones. I think that's awesome. It also, this, so far, all of the instruments that have entered, none of them have felt romantic. It's just the whispering that felt like really romantic. Strange. They're so like sharp and bold. Need you tonight. Now this.
All you got is this moment.
Right when it starts with that like little plucking bottom bit, that feels like there's a slight jazziness to it that feels like, oh, maybe we're in a lounge together, and there's a sexiness and somebody comes up and says, all you've got is this moment. What are you going to do with it, baby? Almost feels like a bad romance novel.
All you've got is this moment. 21st century's yesterday.
There's a mouse crawling on him.
You can care all you want. Everybody does, yeah. That's
I'm so sorry. A rat. Rats are much more smart. That I didn't realize there was a rat on him the first time. I was too caught up by all of these like little sound squirrels, where I was like squirrel, 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 with all of the different sounds that are entering. Wild. It's so like dancey, but then also intimate. It feels like this weird combination of extroversion, introversion. I still don't get it.
this moment.
I love being stumped.
21st century's yesterday. You can care all you want. Everybody does, yeah, that's okay, yeah.
Did you hear how he put space between the actual singing of a pitch and a consonant sometimes? Look at that.
You can care all you want.
Want. He gives a little bit of moment before he actually adds the T in there when he's not singing.
Yeah. You can care all you want.
I have a horrible comparison for what that's like. I'm so sorry, everyone. This might ruin it for you. It's like that moment when you go right before you hawk the loogie. Like you have to gather it up after you've hawked it and then you hawk it. So he sings it before hawking the consonant and has a little moment of gathering before the consonant at the end. You're welcome.
Yeah. You can care all you want. Everybody does, yeah, that's okay, yeah. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind.
Okay, this is legit steamy, and I don't know how they got from thump and smack and jingles on guitars to steamy, but they did it somehow. Again, totally stumped. I feel like I'm stumped on this drink too. I cannot figure out what's in it. It's divine. It's complex. I mean, just look at the color of it. Like if you just look at the color, it almost looks like there might be carrot juice in it. There might be, but it tastes so much more like some sort of tropical fruit. This is a great pairing. Okay, I am really into this entire concept of pairing food or drink with songs because I believe it helps you to bring out different elements of the things you're enjoying than you might have otherwise. We are going to do pretty soon. We're going to be launching a Kickstarter for vocal research, okay? Because you guys know how I'm very nerdy about vocal research. And I really want to do more research on some things that are, I think, just groundbreaking. So we're going to do a Kickstarter for it. And one of the benefits will be drink combinations so that you can drink along with me to some exclusive reaction analysis videos. Just as a sort of little teaser here, we are going to post the recipe for this so that you can try it too. I highly, highly recommend it. I'm obsessed with this already. I don't know how this isn't a staple drink on every single menu because, my gosh, it is divine. Like this music. And unexplainable. Ow!
I need you tonight, 'cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl.
Oh, he did it again. About. He did the T of the about after lingering for a little bit. His voice is sexy. My gosh. It's so smooth. It's sultry. Oh my. I feel that This is a very luxurious voice. R.I.P. too. Oh, way too early.
'Cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you, girl, that makes me sweat.
I think part of the sexiness of it is the boldness of the lyrics. the it's bold, but it's not in your face because his voice is so sultry. So when he sings it, you're like, oh, yeah, wow. I'm not gonna elaborate what yeah, wow means right now.
That makes me sweat. I'm lonely.
What?
Can't think at all. Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so.
Ooh, I just realized that there's something very Michael Jackson about this music. But Michael Jackson, it feels like it would be one of his songs, but not his voice on it, right? Michael Hutchins' voice has got that smooth, sultry lower timbre going on, whereas Michael Jackson's just like crazy squeals high, and it feels like Michael Hutchins wants to murmur in your ear, whereas Michael Jackson would stare at you straight and speak at your face with lots of intensity. But the background, the way that the instruments are combined, the various textures of it, and the way that there's often things that have a really long sustain or a super short cutoff. I'll explain more about that. But that reminds me of Michael Jackson. Oh, so interesting.
Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let.
So the smack on top, right? So basically a rim shot, that is cut off really quickly, right? The sound does not linger. It does not have any sort of extra verb that's making it carry over. Versus some of the synth sounds in here, especially every now and then there'll be an accented chord that's just played once and it lingers over the whole thing. It feels like one of the things that's fascinating about the instruments and the background is the way that some will enter and immediately leave, and some will enter to stay for a long time. And it's so mixed up and varied. There's different lengths throughout the whole set of instruments here. It's almost like different flavors in a drink. It hits you at different times. Some stick around and some will go away very, very quickly. Two amazing drink pairings with music. I am so into it, and I hope you guys are too.
And give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You are my kind.
Whoa. I really liked the way they brought in that lower bottom in the vocals.
I've got to let you know. You are my kind.
And you know how Michael Jackson has those little things, like those little squeaks almost? They're better than squeaks, but yes, you get it. Michael Hutchins here has his own version, or maybe that's actually a drummer that's doing that. Ooh, let me check.
I need you tonight.
So we have here, let's see, drummer would be John Ferris. That might have been John Ferris that was doing that sound. But I think it was Michael Hutchins. I'm not positive though. Let's go back and hear it one more time because we do see, I think that's our drummer at that point. Because he's got the drumsticks. I don't know.
I need you tonight. 'Cause I'm not sleeping. There's something about you.
the slide up of this moment. It's like a little vocal detail that is just like the perfect amount of sneaky. So it's on bout of about. He does a slide up.
There's something about you, girl.
Yeah. Sneaky. It like sort of inches up on you and you're like, oh, I got a rise out of me without me really understanding what happened right there.
There's something about you, girl. It makes me sweat. So hard to feel. I'm lonely. What do you think? Can't think it all.
Fantastic use of the mix for this section. So it's almost like Michael Hutchence danced around the listener and is hanging out behind us now, which you would get this if you've got some fantastic headphones on. Okay, so it's like he moved behind me and he starts saying these things. Gosh, what are the words here? We have, so how do you feel? And then you have the guys all shout, I'm lonely. This song is really well written. Wow. Okay, so the guys all shouted, I'm lonely. And until this point, Michael's voice has been fairly center, but it moves in the mix, pans to the sides. You can't, it's weird to try and put something behind somebody and play something, but you can do it. But it pans to the sides and it feels like it's back. And then the guys are now in front. So you get this call and response that feels like you're almost in the middle of it. It's a really cool experience.
Can't think it all. Gonna live my life. I'm lonely.
Ooh. Woo! Never has a inhale been so wonderful that I'm lonely. I was pausing for that, and then the inhale caught me off guard. Okay, let's talk about that extra line right before the inhale.
I'm lonely.
Yeah, that is fantastic. I like the way that it sounds like up until now, his pharyngeal space has been fairly open, and he's also had, as far as the connection and the vocal folds go, I hear more air being allowed through. So it creates more of a fluffy, again, sultry. Often we associate more air in the sound with a sultry sound. So I hear sultry, airy, fluffy. I also hear like more roundness in the sound. So it sounds like there's more pharyngeal space. Pharyngeal being that area, it's above your larynx, right? Because your vocal folds are like right, they're at the bottom really of your larynx. And then above that, there's all of these extra structures that can also make sounds, distortion really. I think he probably used some in this little bit right here to create a little edge. And then above that, you have a pharyngeal area, pharyngeal space. It's above the larynx, kind of in the back of the throat. And you can make that space really wide. And you can make it really narrow. I think there's some really fascinating things that you can do with it. And if you have kind of a yawny kind of feeling back there, it'll have more of that soothing, almost more of that sultry tone going on. At this moment, it sounds like he narrows the pharyngeal space to get a little more drive on the sound. And it also sounds like he lets less air through to take some of the sultry away and bring more power in.
I'm lonely.
Such a good breath.
I'm lonely. Can't think it all.
Was that an inhale or an exhale? I think it's an exhale. I thought it was an inhale at first. It's a breath sound, and it is good.
I'm lonely. Can't think it all. What you gonna do? Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know.
Wow. Wow. Who gets away with telling somebody on the dance floor, your moves are so raw? I'm sorry. If any other person tried that, I don't think it would work. But dang it, he makes it work. Drink with me. Drink to the incredible Michael Hutchins that makes your moves are so raw actually sound really, really lovely. Wow. R.I.P. man. Man. That's a miracle right there. We're going to go back for it again. Let's go back to this moment. Guilty pleasure for sure.
Gonna live my life. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. So slide over here and give me a moment. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You wanna my kind.
Ooh, that was a fun ending. If you want to drink what I'm drinking, check out the pinned comment and the about section in our video below. And while you're at it, sign up to get a notification for when our Kickstarter goes live so that you can drink along with me in many, many more videos. Side note, there will be mocktail and cocktail versions to pair with every time because you should not be restricted to alcohol or non-alcohol. We like to give you choices. And if you want to see some more analysis of what I think is a rather sexy music, check out this playlist over here. Make you fall more in love with music every day.